Um, yeah, been feeling rather crummy. I have like no energy, and I figured it's getting close enough, and the fact that the debrief just is not happening at this stage. I had artwork, and I'm checking this. It's from November 25th of 2025. So for those people who say that it was never in the cards, uh, as the person who did the artwork for it, phooey. Uh, we genuinely tried. Do you hear the dog barking? Because there's a dog barking. At the very least, I just wanted to get um, a couple of hours worth of artwork. It's all very cut and pasty, to be fair, but anyone who does the right homework, if you wanted to punch some numbers and get the calculator out, you could figure this out on your own. But I did this artwork, and I just kind of wanted someone to see it. Um, yeah. So I don't know how to do this so that it'll go from 31. I don't want to give you the. I do have five um, information tablets as well. The prizes that are awarded. The biggest difference is the Lomax Award. Um, yeah, I think I have it. Forgive the lack of editing. Be happy that I'm doing this rather than watching the Odyssey. Okay, so there it is. I'm not going to be. You're not getting the debrief situation here. You're not going to get the full experience. This is just me talking quickly about these 31 films, and quite quickly in some cases. Some of these I've probably forgotten already. This is iced tea, for those of you who are wondering. No Coke, unfortunately. Return of the Living Dead 2, Cody Leach is the one who has it in 31. I don't think who we all also had one film worse than this, and in some cases, Rudy had four films worse than this. Um, yeah, Return of the Living Dead 2 is just kind of the it's like the first one, but like kidified, isn't it? Well, anywho, number 31 for the group was Rotul 2. Oh, yeah, there it is. Number 30, which was my 31, is Pet Cemetery 2. The person who had it the highest is Rudy with 19. I Without looking directly at his list right now, he's got 12 movies below Pet Cemetery 2. There's a couple of these now that I'm being reminded of it. Would have been interesting conversations. I think this was a pretty diverse list too. Like where a couple of people had some takes where it's like, what? Why that? I'm looking at the artwork now and I'm kind of frustrated that you can't see it. I'm pointing the wrong way. The the transition from the movie poster is too harsh. I have no sort of fade from the movie poster to the um, where the information is on the left hand side. It kind of frustrates me seeing that now. I could have fixed that. But yeah, number 30 for the group is Pet Cemetery 2. Number 29. It's funny, number 29, and no one has it below 28. Shit, no one has it below 27. 29 of the group is Quarantine. That's such a rotten thing. I think we have that in the opposite direction where something gets nominated number one, but no one voted at number one. That's kind of a raw deal here for Quarantine, otherwise known as the Rec remake. Man, three of us really wanted it to be 27. It's funny that if this movie were 26 or 27, that would make a hell of a lot more sense. But if anything, there's reason for it to be higher than 29, with Rudy ranking it up at 22. It's so weird how averages work, but, this is one where you kinda scratch your head and like, "What?" It would have been interesting to have a discussion on this. We all pretty much agree. It's kind of all in the same spot for all of us. Like, even, Rudy, 4 spots away from basically everyone else. That's not devastating, but here it is at 29. Wild. Um, Number 28 for the group, and that's Rottle 3. No, it's not Rottle. Rottled. I think I got it right. Never mind. 28. Rudy had it at 31. But there's titties in that. It's zombie titties. I had it the highest at 21. Trying to think what the fuck I had below this that I don't remember liking this too much. But I mean, bottom third in a zombie movie ranking. That's not very favorable. It's hard to go from the crime movies, which was just like number 30 was still like a 4-star movie, to, back to normal where, oh, number 15 isn't even 2.5 stars for me. So yeah, yeah, it's hard to say with so much time passing. I mean, even if it wasn't so much time passing, I probably wouldn't be able to explain. But yeah, that's 28. Uh, Quite a wide gap there between everyone. 27 is zombie. This is the one where I kind of stick out. 16. If I'm not mistaken, and that hard line with the artwork really bothers me. If I'm not mistaken, this was my first time watching it, and the absolute absurdity of a zombie underwater. I was just there for it. Um, I think the recency bias kind of struck here for me because everyone else is kind of in the same spot. But when you watch enough of something, you don't see zombies in water. And I don't know, it could have been refreshing to me at the point. It's hard to say what the hell my line of thinking was a year ago. But yeah, I'm the oddball here by a lot. Number 26. Hey, look, another oddball take from me. 18 on Army of the Dead. Adam Does Movies has it at 31. The worst movie, really? It seems like everyone, most of the group kind of wants it at 24, 25. Close enough. Odd that Quarantine gets screwed over more than Army of the Dead does. 18. I must have really hated the ones in the 20s. Speaking of which, number 25 is The Serpent and the Rainbow. Adam and I have it at 28. Sean has it at 30. Rudy at 21. Cody at 16. I wasn't very wowed by this movie. I'll be completely honest. I don't know what I was expecting it to be, but it just didn't. It didn't catch my attention the way I expected it to. It was more of a. I don't know when you're watching a certain genre of movies and like this thing gets dropped in there. It's a departure. Don't get me wrong. It it just yeah, a change of pace that I don't know if I was ready for. Uh, Not that I didn't want, but I don't know. I never kind of got into gear with it. Meanwhile, I very much got into gear with zombies. So what does that tell you? Oh, number 24. And Sean nailed it. You're going to see that quite a bit. Sean is the median. Uh, Sean always is right around where the group is, which is kind of impressive. Sean is notoriously mid. That is not an insult. He just has his finger on the pulse of what most people are thinking, and you'll see it multiple times here. Um, yeah, so my oddball take is kind of eclipsed by Cody's 6 for Scooby Doo and Zombie Island. Rudy had it at 29, at Adam at 22, Sean at 24, me at 25. Um, yeah, it's an oddball movie. Zombies aren't even in the movie for like half of the movie. Uh, it just does not fit. It fits, the category fits, but the genre, the type of audience you would target these things at, don't match. I'm too old to have grown up with this, so like and the first time I saw this was for this. So I get it. Those of you who are a little bit younger than I am and who have grown up with this, it's a classic. I'm sorry. Well, actually, it's not that bad because all of us older than 35 uh, seemingly had the same feeling. And Cody doing his best to pull this thing. What is he? 18, 16 spots away from Adam. That's the closest person. Uh, the original Crazies at 23. Here's an oddball take for Rudy. 23 for the group, kind of split. Sean and Adam have it at 21. I have it at 29, and Cody at 24, and Rudy rather likes it. Um, some of these movies I just don't remember. I do remember, obviously, preferring the remake, oddly enough, and I don't know of Romero's stuff that isn't the Of the Dead works. They feel derivative, and I'm kind of glad that I'm not out there with that take here. I mean, I'm probably a little too harsh on it, judging by the rest of the group, but Rudy really likes it. Number 22. This is the Tom Savini Night of the Living Dead remake. And 22 for the group. I just missed. I was right there with Sean, and Cody just missed on the other side. Uh, Sean and I had it at 23. Cody had it at 21, and Rudy and Adam had it at 16, and we all just missed. 22, it's fine. It's a faithful adaptation while still, tweaking things. It does enough to warrant it being made, I guess. But it's a really good original that you're competing with, which is obviously higher. Number 21 is Zombieland Double Tap. Sean and Adam quite are favorable towards this. And Rudy is less so, and I am. Cody splits the difference, having it at 20. Um, this is one of the last ones I watched, I think, and I don't know. It was a sequel that was just too late to begin with, and at that point, like all of like I don't know if there was zombie fatigue. It was kind of settling in at this point, where it's just like, okay, you should have made this movie 5 years ago. Watching it without all of that Walking Dead, all of that fatigue, around in, uh, you know, media, it still didn't matter. Like it didn't feel necessary to be made, and for it to be made, nearly a decade after the original, what was the point? Why? 2020 is 28 weeks later. A lot of 20s. Cody, Sean, and Adam kind of prefer this a bit more than Rudy and I. Rudy, the harshest on it. Um, I I had a different memory of it going into the movie, and then rewatching it, I was like, yeah, I remember like hating it, but it's not as awful as I remember it. But at the same time, um, considering what else has come out in the 28 franchise, definitely my least favorite. And now that includes Bone Temple. Now, since see already this ranking is incomplete, dated, what have you. But yeah, 28 weeks later is I don't know, for at least two of us is the least good of the 28 laters movies. Number 19, 28 years later, and three of us. Wait, yeah. Uh, so Cody, Sean, and Adam disagree. It's funny. Rudy and I basically agree on our placements of weeks and years, and Sean, Cody, and Adam agree on uh, the opposite end of the spectrum. I had years at 10. Rudy had it at 13. Cody and Sean at 22. Adam at 24. I don't remember what the fuck was the issue with it? Yeah. Again, with me, if recency bias can be accused on me one way or another. If it's too harsh or too favorable, that has kind of been notoriously my thing. So, oh, could that be the case here? Even just a year later, I really liked 28 years later. 18. Hey, look, Sean's right. Sean's 18. The group is at 18. Planet Terror, which I was the most harsh on it at 20. Cody at 19. Sean at 18. Adam at 15. Rudy at 14. Um, it's something of like a gimmick movie, and I get like people have fun with this and these types of movies. It feels like if this were a movie within a movie, it'd be a fun little thing to watch or whatever. But having to sit with it for the full runtime of a feature length motion picture, it kind of gets a little old to me. There's some quirky shit that I just can't get into, and 20 isn't the worst thing in the world, but we're all kind of in the same area here. Number 17, World War Z, and Rudy hates this movie. Number 30 for Rudy. I'm the second furthest away with 19. Sean and Adam both have it at 9. Cody has it at 18. Um, it's fine. It's like the coolest action zombie hybrid, and this plays into that, zombie land double tap, that fatigue that we ended up having. We had a major budgeted action zombie movie before Zombieland 2. And yeah, it was fine. I like that poster is fucking iconic. I remember the trailer of just the piles of people crawling upon one another to jump onto a helicopter. That was uh, it was iconic. I remember the trailer a hell of a lot more than certain parts of the movie. I don't know what that means. You have to forgive me. I'm a little out of energy. I'm a lot out of energy. 16 for the group. I was the harshest. Wait, no. 16 for the group. I was the harshest with 22. Next is Sean, then Rudy, then Adam, then Cody. Cody really liked Night of the Creeps. He had it at 7. This movie felt like 5 different movies at the same time. I think if this movie were not made in the '80s, it would have been fucked up. I mean, me putting it at 22 kinda says I wasn't really into it to begin with. It was well made, it was well put together, but, um, it felt like a little Back to the Future-y at times. It felt like a bunch of other movies. There's this, like, this typical '80s college movie thing that was happening. Very interesting movie. I wouldn't know what to categorize it as, other than it being it fits. It fits here. It's a wild movie. Number 15. Hey, look, Sean's right. 15, where Sean has it at 15, is Wreck. I like my foreign language movies. It seems. I'm not shedding my reputation here. I had it at 7. Cody had it at 28. Cody does not like reading. Um, Adam at 17. Sean at 15, and Rudy at 10. Rudy probably understood this without the closed captions needed. Uh, this is the you know movie you should watch instead of quarantine. But yeah, because it's essentially quarantine. A better version of quarantine. I think what Cody said was he watched Quarantine before Rec, and I can understand that. Your expectations are like tainted. It's like, oh yeah, I remember this from the thing after the thing. Um, and plus the other one has Deborah. So 14, Reanimator. Uh, Rudy at 8, Cody at 9. Uh, Sean and I was trying to tap in on that Sean magic. Sean and I at 17, Adam at 19. This certainly is not my first rodeo with Reanimator. Another quirky, oddball entry into the subgenre here. Yeah, I would consider this a breath of fresh air if you watch a certain amount of these where it's very serious and very dire. This is a bit more camp. Number 13 is, hey, I was right. Look at that. I ended up being right once. And Sean was close again, as was Adam. The Crazies remake, which Cody had it at 8. Cody really liked it. And Rudy did not, with having it at 20. I liked a lot of what this was playing into. If I'm not mistaken, watching it again, it very much still speaks to things happening in the U.S. It's fascinating that a lot of these zombie movies, the subtext is there, and for as much as you could say that there's commentary on the state of things in the U.S., we just don't learn. We don't learn from these movies because you can just shrug and say they're just movies. What's your problem? Yep, they're just movies, and we have to keep making them and keep coding the message, and no one's learning. We'll never learn. It's fine. Idiocracy will just be documentary at a certain point, and we'll be okay. Number 12 is Overlord. Adam and I both had it as top 10 movies. It seems like every time I need to say someone was the harshest, it's Rudy. Um, Cody at 17, Rudy at 18. For the group, it's 12. Sean, again, just missed being average. Good old average Sean. But yeah, 12. I really enjoyed this movie. I tell you what, I missed watching this movie with the surround sound on. Oh, that opening scene, incredible. I think I saw this in the theaters. Really, really incredible scene. I kind of missed out on that watching it again, but if you have a theater system, I would recommend watching Overlord, even if it's just the first half an hour or whatever. Very, very good theater candy. Number 11. Whoa, I overshot quite a bit. This was my number 1. Return of the Living Dead. There's a lot of nostalgia attached to my ranking. Adam least favorable with 23, Sean at 20, Cody at 14, Rudy at 4, and me at 1. Uh, Tommy Jarvis is in this. It covers a lot of things really well for me. I think it's funny, horrific, and kind of poignant all at the same time. And it's as punk rock as you get for movies like this. Again, I think being made in the '80s absolutely helps this. It's wild that I think Rudy thinks it's. I don't know if it's one of his favorites, but it's on his wall. That doesn't necessarily mean anything because on my wall there's stuff that I don't know if would even crack my top 50, but I'm trying to remember what the hell Rudy had above this that yeah, well, we'll find out, I guess. Number 10, One Cut of the Dead. Adam and I have it at 6, Sean at 8. Cody does not like reading. He had it at 26, Rudy at 11. Um, 10. This movie, I can see it's just long enough to lose someone. I can imagine Cody just being like frustrated, like 20 minutes in. It does take a little too long to reveal the gag of the thing. Um, and if you're not completely turned off by the time the gag is revealed, I think that's where people get won over. But like if you're like, I just want this movie to end, and then you have this like pivot situation, it's just like, fuck you. Um, I'm not speaking on Cody's behalf or anything, but uh, I remember. I think I don't remember when the first time I watched this was, but it was such a thing where it's just like, what are we watching? And at a certain point, when that turn happens, it's like, oh, oh, we're in for something weird, and it fully becomes a comedy at that point, but a really like well crafted one. And for film kids, there's a lot of stuff happening in this movie that is you know it's neat to see things done. Anyone who's tried to make something with a low production, it's very cute, very funny, and a film fan's movie. I don't know. I'm getting tired. Number 9. Cody had it at 1. I had it at 2. What did I have at 1? Oh, I had Return of the Living Dead 1. Rudy hated it. 23. Adam at 18. Sean at 10. Again, just missing the average. He's such a freak. Yeah, Pet Cemetery, another movie that I have like heavy nostalgia on. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. There's a reason we don't do these solo because a lot of talking. Um, there's like a lot of nostalgia for this, and before Hereditary, this is the movie that I would have said captures trauma with loss really well. And when you put the two together, when you compare Hereditary and Pet Cemetery is like a soap opera. It's so melodramatic. But prior to Hereditary, up until 2018, this was kind of like a really good representation of it, for better or worse. Um, and again, heavy nostalgia here for me. Did we didn't do the remake? Did we? I don't think we did. Um, but yeah, I can understand anyone else's perspective. But Rudy putting this at 23, trying to remember where he put Pet Cemetery 2. What are we at? 9? Rudy put Pet Cemetery 2 at 19. I promise you that would have been a long discussion, a heated debate. Oh shit, I went too far. Well, Spoilers. Number 8 is the OG Dawn of the Dead. Sean has it at number 1. Cody at 10, me at 11, Adam at 13, Rudy at 15. And split the diff, and you have 8. Number 7, Day of the Dead, and Rudy got one right. Sean, very close once again. Sean had it at 6, Cody at 11, Adam at 10, and me, the least favorable, at 15. I think what I said in my video was the most I remember about this movie was seeing so much of it in the preview clip of the Tom Savini thing for on the beginning of the Jason Lives tape. I think I bought like a rental copy. My mom bought me a rental copy of the Jason Lives VHS, and it had like an ad for a Tom Savini tape. And there were so many clips from this in that kind of spoiled it. But I don't know. I remember the clips because of that trailer. Just a personal story. Movie wasn't as strong. I know a lot of people really enjoy this and prefer this movie than others, but a no for me. Not a no. I mean, it's split in the middle. Number 6, Zombieland. Sean at 3, Cody and Adam at 4. I'm at 12, and Rudy, the harshest with number 20. Rudy liked Pet Sematary 2 more than Zombieland. Rudy liked Pet Sematary 2 more than Pet Sematary. Yeah, again, this is one of the movies like right after the Dawn of the Dead remake, and if I'm not mistaken, right around when Walking Dead either started or was just about to start, and like zombie movies were kind of cool, and this was kind of cool while also being funny about it, and like listing the rules. It felt like Scary Movie, but for like the zombie genre. It was really, really uh, legendary. Like when you look back and think of like not spoof movies, but like satires of genres, this is a really, really good um, meta commentary on zombie movies. Number 5, Dead Alive. Cody and Adam both had it ranked 5. Sean and I had it at 14, and Rudy had it at 2. This is an impossible movie to find if you don't already own it. And the copy that I had, yes, my uncle helped me out with it. Parts of it were like, I don't know, it felt like they were ripped off of someone's VHS. And that kind of made me wonder if it was an incomplete version of a movie or what. But even without that, it's just so wild. I don't mind like wacky, but like saying that this is the goriest movie at a certain point, it's just yeah, it is, but like you're just doing it to do it at this point. Um, I listen, it's in my top half. It's in everyone else's top half. I just think I think I was one of the 2 people that had it ranked lowest, is what I think. Um, Number 4 is the original Night of the Living Dead. Adam had it at 1. Sean and I had it at 5. When I get that Sean energy, I get close. Rudy had it at 6. Cody had it at 15. There's no reading in this. Why do you have it so low? Yeah, classic. It can't at this point. If someone has these movies at 1, can't really argue. Like last year, The Godfather. Like, okay, um, yeah. Without this, there aren't the other ones we're talking about, I guess. Number 3, 28 days later, both Cody and Rudy had it at 3. Sean had it at 7, and Adam and I had it at 8. Um, Awful looking picture. Picture quality, no bueno. Still an impressive movie. A zombie movie about an outbreak and filmed on a potato. I don't think this is my favorite 28 later movie, but you would know better than I looking through these. I'm just trying to keep my voice here at this point. Number 2. Hey, look, Sean got the right answer again. Sean, 2 with Train to Busan. Rudy had it at 1. I had it at 4. Adam had it at 3. And Cody had it at 13 because reading. No, it's pretty high. If you were to say that Cody hates reading, this is 10 spots too high. So that's progress. We're making progress. We're breaking through to the kid. Yeah, everyone's pretty close, and then you have Cody. But 13 still pretty reputable. Fantastic movie. Interesting that 4 out of 5 of us are one spot within each other, and then, well, someone doesn't like to read. And then the top enchilada, a movie that no one voted number 1. It's wild that that happened on both ends of the spectrum, that Quarantine ended up being lower than anyone voted it. Dawn of the Dead 2004 ended up being higher than anyone voted it. Cody and Adam had it at 2. I had it at 3. Sean had it at 4, and Rudy had it at 5. That's why I think Sean had the 1978 version of Dawn of the Dead at number 1. Right? Yeah. Um, it's, I mean, like, as you can see with most of these, it's not like anyone has like, there's nothing in here with, well, obviously because it's averages, but there's nothing here with 20s. We're all top 10 for the most part on a lot of these movies. And yeah, I will tell you more about Dawn of the Dead. I have this thing in the tank that I refuse to properly finish, and at a certain point, you'll hear thoughts about. Well, go back and watch my video. You have a little bit of a sneak peek of my thoughts on Dawn of the Dead and what it means to the zombie genre and the boom that we had. I really feel like the 2004 Dawn of the Dead meant a lot for a lot. Remakes and the zombie genre. I think without the success of Dawn of the Dead, we don't have the outpouring of zombie movies that we did, and it was quite successful a period for at least 10, maybe even 15 years after that movie. So now I have to fast forward or sift through these to get the awards categories. It's in no particular order. All right, so the biggest split, Cody and Rudy with Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, 23 spots. Return of the Living Dead, me and Adam, that's because I had it at 1. And Rudy and Cody with Pet Sematary were 22 spots apart. I'm trying to, oh wait, did Cody had it at 1, I think. And Rudy had it lower than Pet Sematary too. Never forget that. I'm telling you, Rudy dodged a bullet. I had some oddball takes there, but the Pet Sematary 2 higher than Pet Sematary. The Pet Sematary 2 higher than Zombieland. That would have been some discourse. I assure you, that would have been some discourse. So Rudy dodged a bullet. So anytime you say, "Oh, what happened? Why didn't you guys get together?" Rudy sabotaged it. Just remember that. I'm kidding. Oh no. Oh, I didn't do it. Okay. So the closest to average. Hey, it's Sean. Are you shocked? Uh, and it's not even close. That's ironic. So Sean had 88 deviation points from the average of the group, and no one was close by half of his score. Adam was the next closest, was 129. What that means is if if a score for the group was 5 and Sean's ranking was 7, that's 2 deviation points. It's the math between you and the group average. And I was at 136, Cody at 149, and Rudy with 168. I don't think his take on either Pet Cemetery 2 or Zombieland helped that statistic at all. But yep, Sean is mid. Sean is the most average person in the group. There's no denying that. Oh, we're done already? Right, this is in no order. So the Lomax Award, ironically, oddly enough, the lower the score, the colder the takes. Adam had the least threat of being a Lomax Award recipient. He had 18 differential points with his takes. He had Crazies, Army of the Dead, and Pet Cemetery in some wildly contrasting positions. Sean, second lowest. Why? Of course. If you're going to be average, you're not really going to be that controversial. Dawn of the Dead, I think that's 1978's version. One of the issues of looking at a 8-month-old file. And Pet Cemetery. Myself split in the middle with 23. Me enjoying Zombie wasn't well received. I was kind of a spicy take on Zombieland. Oh, and me kind of being all right with Army of the Dead. Um, yep. I don't know if I stand by the zombie take, but the other two, whatever. I don't know how Rudy doesn't win this, by the way, but he has 31 for Crazies, Zombieland, and World War Z. And Cody kind of runs away with it, and that's because of one cut of the dead. The Scooby Doo take might be the icing on the cake. I think that's the devastating one because everyone else had it like mid-20s, and Cody had it at 6. So that right there is like at 19 points. And Rec, if you had to read or watch a cartoon, Cody was not on board with you, or the inverse of having to watch. I'm exhausted. Yeah, so Cody, the first time winner of the Lomax Award. And that's why we didn't end up doing this. Spread that rumor. I'm kidding. I can blame everyone for this not happening. Sean doesn't want to be labeled as average. So that's why we didn't do this. I just wanted to lay down. That's why we didn't do this. There is more. Wait a minute. This is so out of order. I don't like that. It's done by file name. I'm sorry. I had to go out of my way to do the other thing. This would have been much cleaner and smoother in a stream. The most agreed upon, the Dawn of the Dead remake, only 3 spot slip. Easy for you to say. Only a 3-spot split. So, 1 and 3. I think it was 2 and 5 to be exact. No one had any wild differences. Return of the Living Dead 2 was a 4-spot split. Man, I'm glad we didn't do this because that's a pain in the ass to read. I don't know if it's just me and my dumb brain, but spot split. That's rough. I'm an asshole. And quarantine, the one that we all kind of agreed on, but the average was lower. That was 5 spots split. Most correct, also known as average. Sean, 4 times. 4 times he had the group average. Cody, 3. See, that's where it's wild that his Lomax award, he had 3 average matches. That's crazy. Rudy had 2. Adam and I both had 1. It it tortures me that Rudy had more group corrects than I did, and he had some wild takes. Movie Savior, Serpent in the Rainbow, Cody saved it by 5 spots with his ranking. Cody saved Pet Cemetery by 4 spots with his ranking, which is weird because I think I had it like 1 other spot below him. It's weird how math works. I saved Rec by 4 spots. Sean saved World War Z by 4 spots. Adam saved Zombieland by 4 spots. That's, these people ranked these things the highest, and the rest of the group didn't. And I think that is all of it. Yeah, so your Lomax winner, Cody. We'll never know though. But again, this is all stuff that if you get out your calculator, you can find this stuff out yourself. Shout out to John Connor for doing this, even though we didn't end up doing this, doing the stream. We constantly had intentions on doing it. It's frustrating. If you guys knew the conversations we had, offline, I think the overreactions to us just throwing shit against the wall and like trying shit, it'd be way worse. But the overreactions to things not happening is frustrating too. Where it's like, dude, we're trying. Like there's 5 schedules here. In some cases, 6 schedules to sync up, and it just doesn't work out that way. And I like going to hospitals, damn it. Present time included. Yeah, so there is that. Dude, me just reading this was 49 minutes. Yeah, so thanks to those who helped and contributed. I just wanted the artwork to be seen. And even now, I'm kind of frustrated. I would have wanted to tinker with it because it's not as smooth as I would have liked it to be. This year is not going to be well. The color palette is a little different for my stuff this year. I think I let it out there that I'm doing like a pixelated thing, more of a teal and pink look to it, not this purple and green. But interact with the content. Let me know you're there, and I'm going to be on the shelf for a little bit because I keep getting sick. My digestive system does not like cooperating with me, and if you get sick maybe 2 or 3 days because of my digestive system. I can't even say it. It takes me like 2 or 3 times as long. Like a flu that you would take 3 days to get over takes me a week and a half. So, gotta rest and not eat fatty shit and drink a lot of water. But I'll check back with you as soon as I can. 50 minutes of content that wasn't the most high energy, but it's something special. No one else is seeing it. So